Welcome back, summoners, to another edition of the Arena Grind for round 1. And this week is going to be a doozy, I should say 2 weeks. So we have Red Hulk for basic, we have Nova, Crossbones, and Howard the Duck as featured 5 stars as well as the featured 4 stars. And all 3 of those have been buffed. So yeah, it's going to be pretty much a little long on this video to go over all 4 champs. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel already,
then what is you doing, baby? Subscribe.
I will start off with Red Hulk. Red Hulk is personally one of my favorite champs. Still don't have him as a 5 star, but I do have him maxed as a 4 star. I use him as synergy for Domino. So this is one of the main reasons, if you don't have him, is definitely pick him up. So yeah, he has that incinerate synergy for Domino when she does her heavy, and it inflicts so much damage over time. But even him as his own champ in his own right, he is great against Mystics. He can attack them as far as incinerate damage. He can purify incinerate and add to his heat charges. He can purify poison, add to his heat charges. I think he's a very overlooked champ. He doesn't have to use his special 1 or special 2. He can rely on his special 3. However, if you want to use his special 2, he can regen off the special 2 as well. So definitely a very good champ to pick up. His weaknesses obviously will be against anybody who can make him bleed. So for instance, Gwenpool, Blade, Yondu, those are good choices to use against Red Hulk. But his strengths overall against the Mystic class, yeah, I see him very, very good as far as just as his own champ in his own right, as well as synergy for Domino. And for that reason, if you guys are just looking for just to pick him up as just a 4-star basic and ignore the 5-star arena altogether, I see him going pretty low because, again, he is an older champ. 2016, he went for 3 and 4 million, but that was back when there was no 5-star arena, and it was just the 4 stars. But again, he is an older champ back in 2016, so I see him now going for 1.7 million. Again, pretty low since he is an older champ. Most people should have him already, but if you don't, definitely 1.7. Add your 10%. Good champ to pick up. So again, that's what I see for Red Hulk. So I'm gonna go over Nova next. Now Nova has been buffed just to increase his damage. So he still plays the same way. So he's still gonna have to go ahead and parry them, dash back, then dash back forward to build those Nova charges. He does have to be awakened, and he does need a high sig as well. So a lot of investment for Nova if you want to use him. But as far as his buff, it's just a little bit of increase to his duration time, a little bit of increase to his damage, but I just don't see him as going as far as the other 2 5-star champions that are here. I don't see him going that high. He's still very awkward to use. So for that reason, I see Nova going lower than what he did previously. Now previously, in 4-star featured, he went for 9 to 9.4 million. So in 4-star featured this time, I see him going for 8 million. As far as 5-star featured, previously he went for 42 to 44 million. Again, he does need to be awakened. This time around, as far as round 1, I see him going lower to 30 million. Just because of the fact that he is awkward to use and his damage increase is not, his buff is not worth grinding for that much, as opposed to the next 2 champions I'm going to go over. That's what I see for Nova going for round 1. Again, add your 10% to those numbers. Next I'll go over is Crossbones. Now Crossbones buff is very, very good, but he does need to be awakened to purify those debuffs. So he is going to be suicide friendly just because of that fact. Also, one thing about Crossbones, he does need a synergy with Mangog to make his Fury duration 50% longer. So if you don't have Mangog, Crossbones Furies are not going to last as long, and that's where most of his damage is going to come from. Previously, back in 2017, again, he is another older champ. I have him as a 5-star, so just let you know just how old he is. I managed to pick him up. But previously, back in 2017, in 4-star, he went for 8 to 9 million. Again, that was for 4-star. Back in 2017, there was no 5-star arena for him. So I'm gonna match him up close to what Angela had went for. So as 4-star featured, I see him going for 10 million, and for 5-star featured, I see him going for 40 million. So again, add your 10% to those numbers, and again, this is just round 1. But those are the numbers I see him going for, and I'm matching him up to Angela because Angela was also the same way back in 2017, and she previously went for 40 mil. So I see Crossbones going for that amount just because his buff is great. I will also put a link to each of these champions, their buffs, in the description, and I'll also put a link to round 2 once I put it up in the description as well. Now, on to the last champ, who I believe is going to be the best out of all of these champs, simply because he's going to be very easy to use. He doesn't have to be awakened. His synergies, he really doesn't need synergies either. The only thing that is a pain with Howard the Duck is you have to put the pre-fight ability on every single fight. So it is going to be a pain in the butt because that auto mash is going to help him go all the way. Now you can use the manual one, but you're going to have to keep on tapping the block every single time to build up his furies, and it's a pain in the butt. So obviously just keep your auto mash on, and then every single time just parry, and then keep spamming that heavy, and you're going to see the armor breaks go up and his furies go up. He's going to do so much damage. He doesn't have to use special 1. He doesn't have to use special 2 unless you want to put suppression debuffs on him. You can just rely on his special 3. Howard is also bleed immune now. He wasn't previously. So again, it makes him also suicide friendly. You just go ahead and just use special 3, mash that heavy attack them. But it's just, Howard the Duck is just insane. So I see Howard the Duck previously 4-star featured, he went 5 to 6 million. He is another older champ, but because of this buff, I'm going to see Howard going a little bit higher in the 4-star featured, going for 6 million. Now, as far as the 5-star, previously he went for 27 million previously. I put about 25 million because again, he is an older champ. So if you guys haven't picked them up, most definitely pick them up. Add your 10% to those numbers. But yeah, I have Howard the Duck already. I'm going to go ahead and rank him up as a 5-star. So yeah, I see Howard the Duck the easiest out of these 3 champions to use. And he doesn't need to be awakened. He doesn't need any synergies. This guy right here is going to be the one. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. As always, make sure you comment, share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next arena prediction video.